Connor, we're glad you're here with us.
Yeah.
What prompted you to put in an application?
So I actually, Valley Insurance, because I am an employee of Valley Insurance,
okay.
encourages its employees to get involved in the community. And I was looking online and I was like, what? And I just came into the Little Grand website and I was like, I've got a history degree.
There you go.
Nice.
Well,
All right.
given that, did they give you a heads up you'll need to recuse yourself? from
Yes,
that?
I was prepared. I have
Okay.
conflict of interest
Okay.
written in my notes, so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All
Good.
right, let's go ahead and
Little
start
did we
over
know.
again. We are now live again.
Okay.
We don't have Katie, but we are live. So let's go ahead and just start over again.
Okay, I don't think we need to do the roll call.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Okay, so our first item on the agenda is agenda approval. Do we have any additions or changes to the agenda?
We do not.
Okay, moving forward, then our first item, consent agenda, is approving the minutes of the June 12th, 2025 meeting. And I believe we have a couple small changes since it was in our packets earlier.
Yeah, I just had for the last meeting, the citizens present was a holdover from the previous meeting, so had to change that. There was 3 folks from Arts Center East, so I just changed that.
Do you have a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion that we approve the most up-to-date minutes.
I second it.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, do we have any public comments tonight that are unrelated to agenda items? Okay, hearing none. We have no new business, so we'll move on to our public hearing, which is the consideration of historical appropriateness for signs for Valley Insurance at 1215 Adams Avenue. So do we have any commissioner declarations or challenges on this?
I am an employee of Valley Insurance, so I'll need to recuse myself from any voting or anything.
Thank you, Connor. Anything else?
I had none.
Okay, we'll move on to staff report.
Okay, so this is a fairly simple application compared to what's normally presented to you. So this is a request for 2 signs. One of them is just a basic sign. It's just lettering on the building for Valley Insurance. And then the second sign is very similar, except it's kind of a backlit halo effect sign, which we've considered in the past and have considered as being historically appropriate for a lit style sign. And so those are the 2 signs that are before you. They're in the packet. I've outlined the standards, and my recommendation is that this request does meet the signage requirements for how the signs are designed. There are very few standards that really apply to this type of request. So with that, I don't have anything to add, but I can answer any questions you have, or we can just pass it on to Joel for answering questions specific to a sign.
I think let's just go ahead and move on to our applicant. So if you could just tell us a little bit about your project.
So I'm Joel Meyer, I'm co-owner of Valley Insurance, and I bought an agency back in 2017. And we bought the Umpqua Bank building a few years ago and conducted a very extensive remodel a couple years ago and finished that about 1.5 years ago. And we are just now, we painted the outside of the building last year, and now we're getting to the sign. So we hung some temporary banners several years ago, and anyway, so here we are finally at the point where we're going to update and get some new signs on. And as was stated, the sign that's facing the front, we understood that the channel letters or anything front lit wouldn't be approved, and so we went to a design with a local sign maker that proposed doing a backlit halo sign where the front is stainless steel, it's painted green. You'll see the color green during the day, but at night it's not gonna show because it's just painted steel, it's green. Matches our logo, and that's the same font we've used for many years. We just have to take the trees off because there's no way to incorporate that into a sign such as this. At least it didn't look very good when it did, and so took those off. Yeah, so as you can tell by the drawings, it's pretty, the one that really explains it the best, I think, at least for, and again, acrylic letters on Elm Street are simply that, they're acrylic letters. But what page is that? The one I'm looking at on my, I don't know what number that is, but it's on my screen on my phone, the one that shows the front and back lit channel letters, right there, the big large red C. So if you look on the back of the next page, it shows the actual lights that are behind that just cast a light onto the building that produces that halo effect. And then, of course, the very last picture actually does pretty good to kind of give you an idea of what it would look like. If you could see it during the day backlit, that's what it would look like. At night, it's going to look like that, but it's again, you won't see the color on the face of the steel that's painted.
Okay, do we have any commission questions for our applicant?
I have one. Is the transformer external and on top of the roof?
It is not, it is internal.
It's
It will be
internal.
drilled, yeah, that's gonna be a trick for the electrician, because there's a little narrow, like literally 2-foot space to get into. And so that's probably been a thing that has been talked about a lot recently, is how to get up in there, but it's behind, there's no access through that top part to the roof.
Okay.
There's a, I don't know what they call it, and underneath this eave that you can see go along the front of the building, there is a crawl space, and it is literally a crawl space. So, yeah.
So they're kind of in there.
It'll be in there.
Where the roofing joists are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I see why it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. But the electrician did come through and look, and they did verify that they can get up in there. Good. A little bit of work, but they'll get in there.
Yeah.
And just for my own curiosity, so how deep are your anchors into the wall? You got the diameter on them, but I didn't see the depth.
That's a good question.
I'm just curious, this facade doesn't look correct, so I just wondered how far they had to go in.
The actual,
Just for clarification on it, you know, it's a non-historic building,
Right.
and it will require going through a building permit process.
Okay.
And so the building official, as they evaluate the permitting, how the sign's anchored to the building will be one of the things that they look at. So I guess
That's something I have
if we
not
struggle
talked
with that
with
answer, they'll
about.
figure it out.
Okay. I was curious more than anything.
the actual construction of it, I would not be able to tell you that.
Is that something that's normally included on the renderings?
Not always, I think usually not always at our level.
Okay.
But when it goes through the building permit process, if it's not included, the building official will usually ask, because the building officials, he's gonna wanna know information about the building itself and what that's gonna anchor to, and that the wind's not gonna grab and pull that stuff off the building. And so, so those are little tidbits that if it's not in the building permit submittal documents, the building official will ask for that through that process usually.
Thank you.
Right. If the awning is even, well, it shows it's brick, but I'm not really sure if it is. So it may just be a wood awning. It doesn't, it indicates it's brick here.
Are you talking about this diagram?
Yeah,
I think this is
the
just
diagram
an
here
example.
where
It's
your
not-
lighting is.
That's a generic
The-
diagram.
Yeah, it's a generic diagram because I don't think
No.
the awning is actually brick.
Nope, it's, no, well, you can see the wood, it's just, it's like a stucco material on wood to match the
Yeah.
stucco on the rest of the building.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
those are definitely wood, it's wood up in there.
I know they saw the brick and thought brick, but I don't, that's not the case for the awning.
And just for general knowledge, the reason why we are kind of thinking this through is if we did have historic brick, it is best practice to put any anchor points into the mortar between the brick rather than through the brick itself. So that's just why we're thinking that through. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to commission discussion. I'll start. I think this is a super straightforward application that meets all of our standards, so I don't have any concerns about it.
Yeah,
Any other thoughts?
no, that's my thought.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, no thoughts.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that, I'm not looking at the right thing.
You can cheat on the screen if you can read it from there.
The suggested motion under item 4.
Oh, yeah, I can't see that.
I don't have it.
Go kind of to the beginning of your packet, just behind the minutes. Should be there.
So I move that the findings of fact and conclusions, that one,
Yeah.
set forth in the draft decision order be,
You can do amended, because I'm gonna incorporate your support into that staff report, so it would be amended.
so that the decision order be amended and that the project be, which is deemed historically appropriate, be approved.
I second it.
Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joel.
Yep.
Yeah, so your next step is just to have your sign folks coordinate with the building department on permits, and then away you go. It should be a pretty simple process.
Okay. Thank you, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Okay, moving through the agenda, we have no old business items. Do we have any city planner comments?
The only comment that I have, or just, topic to share is we had we signed contracts this morning with our Carnegie Library consultant and did a kind of a half an hour-ish kickoff meeting. And the consultant will be, I think it's Brunswick, is that
Yeah,
right?
Brunswick, Carolyn.
Anyway, yeah, so she'll be coming to town in, I think she was typing early September, I think is her plan anyway, and, weather permitting anyway, because she's planning to do a lot of pictures, and she wants to come when the weather's good, so she'll be kind of making a decision based on the weather in September, but that's her plan, is to come and do pictures, and then she's hoping sometime this fall, she'll have all of her stuff done and ready to submit to SHPO, and so she's planning to be well ahead of our deadline, which is next May. So anyway, so that's moving forward, but other than that, maybe Kendra, you can update on call for projects, since it's kind of something you're working on. I don't know how many of those are going to come before the commission, but I think there might be one or
Trying to think
two.
of the projects. Peak Lifestyle's just doing a roof. Who else do we have? SAC Annex is all interior mechanical
Or you
plumbing.
can have State Farm, who's, he's got the,
Nope, they're done.
because he got the $400-some thousand, because he hasn't come
Oh.
here yet.
Oh, Conklin.
Yeah,
No.
Conklin hasn't come here yet, so
No,
he's gonna
he
have
has
to come
not.
here for his
Yes.
building remodel stuff.
And we've been reiterating that he needs the landmarks approval, so. I'm just thinking the copper projects, SAC
I'm not
Annex.
really sure what all is out there, but
Chill Wellness, it's another business going into SAC Annex, but it's all mostly interior.
so you
Maybe
might,
some signs, awnings,
yeah, you might see something to that effect when you get there.
yeah. There's one more. Oh, 10 Depot, but they're not in the historic district.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all that's really coming, so
Yeah.
it's kind of quiet on the landmarks front, but we may have a project or two coming down the pike, depending on when they're ready.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sure.
Okay, do we have any commission comments?
None.
On your brook conversation, I just recently had somebody inquiring, wow, where they should drill their membrane, put their membrane screws. They said, put it in the joint, not the brick. I hadn't read that part of our mission statement here, but that was a good choice I made, I guess. So I'm going along with that.
Okay, well, I think we will go ahead and adjourn. So thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Beth.
Yeah.
Did anybody text?
Record.
I didn't bring my phone down.
I'll text her.
I couldn't tell, it looked like she might have logged back in and at least listened. Holy smokes.
That was fun.
That feedback loop was like a hall of mirrors.
Yeah.
Like
I couldn't figure it out, so I'm not really sure.
She kept saying, I'll mute myself. I was like, do it.
But I think she only said it the one time, and after that, it was like, what the heck's going on?
I did it on a stage, but I've never had a conversation like that. I've had an instrument loop and just about kill everybody.